Welcome back to Time News TV. Today we bring you the latest updates on celebrities who sadly passed away. Join us as we look back on their lives, their achievements, and the legacies they've left behind. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a story from Time News TV.
El Cresta, born on August 23, 1951, in the United States, was a prominent Catholic broadcaster, journalist, and author whose voice became deeply influential in American Christian media. Known for his intellectual depth, compassionate approach, and strong evangelizing spirit, Cresta dedicated much of his life to religious broadcasting and helping listeners understand the Catholic faith more deeply. Cresta's spiritual path was marked by transformation. Originally an evangelical pastor, he began leading Shalom Ministry in Taylor, Michigan, in 1986. During this period, he became a recognizable figure in the Detroit region due to his widely popular Christian talk show, Talk from the Heart, throughout the 1980s in 1,990 seconds. The show became one of the highest-rated Christian programs in the area, known for its honest conversations, challenging questions, and pastoral guidance. Yet it was those very questions posed by callers, parishioners, and his own searching that eventually led Cresta to examine the foundations of his faith. These reflections brought him back to the Catholic Church of his childhood. His return was not merely a theological decision, but a profound personal reawakening to the richness of Catholic teaching. His conversion story was later published in the best-selling anthology Surprised by Truth, where he shared the spiritual journey that reshaped his life and mission. After returning to Catholicism, Cresta became the president and CEO of Avenue Maria Radio, one of the most respected Catholic media organizations in the United States. He also became best known as the host of Cresta in the Afternoon, a nationally syndicated daily talk program broadcasting from Avenue Maria Radio's flagship station in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The show, initially 3 hours and later 2, was carried across the country on the Global Catholic Radio Network until 2024. It featured interviews with theologians, authors, scholars, clergy, and cultural commentators, offering thoughtful analysis of current events through a Catholic worldview. El Cresta passed away at the age of 72 from liver cancer, leaving behind a lasting legacy of faith-filled broadcasting and intellectual evangelization. He is remembered for his clarity of thought, warmth on the airwaves, and unwavering commitment to communicating the truth of the gospel. Buzz Casson, born on November 27, 1939, in the United States, was a pioneering figure in American rock and roll, a singer, songwriter, record producer, and author whose contributions helped shape the early sound of Nashville's rock scene. Known for his creativity, versatility, and decades-long influence behind the microphone and behind the scenes, Casson built a remarkable career that left an indelible mark on popular music. Casson first rose to prominence as a founding member of the Casuals, widely recognized as Nashville's first rock and roll band. At a time when the city was dominated by country music, the Casuals stood out for bringing the youthful energy of early rock into a new regional landscape. His early collaborations included recording as the Statues for Liberty alongside Richard Williams and Hugh Jarrett of the Jordanaires, showcasing his ability to blend vocal harmonies with emerging musical styles. In 1960, Casson launched a solo career under the stage name Gary Miles, a pseudonym carefully crafted to resemble the name of Gary Mills, the original artist behind the song Look for a Star. Casson's version of the tune became a hit, reaching number 16 on the charts and giving him his first taste of international success. Although he continued to release singles as Gary Miles through 1964, none matched the popularity of his breakout hit. Casson's talents extended beyond singing. In 1962, he worked in Los Angeles as an assistant to influential producer Snuff Garrett. During this period, he partnered with then-session musician Leon Russell to produce the Crickets in a vibrant cover of La Bamba. The track performed particularly well in the United Kingdom, leading Casson to tour with the group and further broaden his musical reach. Returning to Nashville, he also collaborated with renowned arranger Bill Eustace, deepening his experience in production and arrangement. Over the years, Casson's career evolved to include songwriting, studio work, and authorship, solidifying his reputation as a versatile and passionate contributor to American music. Buzz Casson passed away at the age of 80 of natural causes. He leaves behind a rich legacy as one of Nashville's earliest rock innovators and a creative force whose influence spanned genres and generations. Bruce Bastian, born on March 23, 1948, in the United States, was an influential computer programmer, visionary businessperson, and generous philanthropist whose work helped shape the early software industry. Best known as the co-founder of WordPerfect, one of the most important word processing programs of the 1980s and early 1990s. Bastian played a crucial role in transforming personal computing at a time when the industry was still in its infancy. Bastian's career began at the Eyring Research Institute, a pioneering research center in Utah where he worked as a programmer. It was there that he began collaborating with Alan Ashton, a computer science professor at Brigham Young University. The two were initially assigned to develop a word processing system for the city of Orem, Utah. Working on a data general computer, they created a sophisticated editing tool that laid the foundation for what would become one of the most successful software products of its era. In 1978, Bastian and Ashton officially co-founded Satellite Software International, later renamed WordPerfect Corporation. Their breakthrough came in 1982 with the release of WordPerfect 2.2 for the IBM personal computer. Known for its speed, reliability, and intuitive features, WordPerfect quickly became the dominant word processing program for businesses, law firms, and government agencies. At its peak, the company employed thousands of people and stood as one of the major competitors in the global software market. Bastian remained chairman of the board until 1994, helping guide the company through its most impactful years. Beyond his achievements in technology, Bastian became well known for his philanthropy in support of the arts. His contributions extended to cultural institutions, community organizations, and advocacy efforts. In recognition of his long-standing dedication to the arts, President Barack Obama appointed him to the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Arts in 2010, honoring his leadership and commitment to expanding artistic access and creativity. Bruce Bastian passed away at the age of 76 after a short illness. His legacy endures not only in the technological innovations he helped pioneer but also in the communities, institutions, and artistic voices he uplifted through his generosity and vision. Anthea Silbert, born on October 6, 1939, in the United States, was an acclaimed American costume designer, film producer, and studio executive whose work left a lasting imprint on the modern era of American cinema. Renowned for her artistic precision, storytelling intuition, and leadership behind the scenes, Silbert built an extraordinary career that spanned design, production, and high-level studio management. Silbert first gained recognition as a costume designer, emerging as one of the most respected talents of the 1970s. Her meticulous eye for detail and her ability to use clothing to deepen character and narrative earned her widespread acclaim. She received her first Academy Award nomination for Best Costume Design at the 47th Oscars for her iconic work on Roman Polanski's Chinatown 1974, a film celebrated for its visual richness and noir-inspired aesthetic. Her second Oscar nomination came just a few years later, at the 50th Academy Awards, for the historical drama Julia 1977, further cementing her reputation as a master of her craft. With the desire to expand her creative influence, Silbert transitioned into producing, amassing more than 10 credits as producer or executive producer. Her works included the drama Crisscross 1991 and the acclaimed television film Truman 1995, a project that earned her an Emmy Award. Her ability to manage productions with clarity, diplomacy, and artistic sensitivity made her invaluable in an industry often marked by competing visions and high pressure. Silbert later entered studio leadership, taking on executive roles at Warner Bros. And then United Artists, where she became known for her exceptional skills in conflict resolution. Filmmakers and executives alike recognized her as a steady, trusted presence capable of bridging artistic and corporate priorities, a rare and powerful talent. In recognition of her exceptional career, Silbert was honored with the Lacoste Career Achievement Award at the 7th Annual Costume Designers Guild Awards in 2005, a tribute to her influence on both costume design and the broader film industry. Anthea Silbert passed away at the age of 84 after a short illness. She leaves behind a rich legacy defined by artistic excellence, leadership, and a profound impact on American cinema. Cher, internationally celebrated as the goddess of pop, has enjoyed one of the longest and most influential careers in music history, all while managing a serious chronic illness. Now in her mid-70s, Cher continues to inspire fans with her resilience, honesty, and enduring star power. Her rise to fame began in the 1960s when she formed the folk rock duo Sonny and Cher with her husband, Sonny Bono. Their signature hit I Got You Babe turned them into global superstars, and Cher soon established herself as a powerhouse solo artist with classics such as the Shoop Shoop song It's in His Kiss, Believe, and If I Could Turn Back Time. Yet behind her glamorous public life, Cher has faced significant health challenges. In the late 1980s, she reportedly contracted the Epstein-Barr virus, a widespread infection that can linger in the body long term. This triggered chronic fatigue syndrome (CFS), a debilitating condition that causes overwhelming exhaustion, muscle pain, and cognitive difficulties. Her health rapidly declined during that period, leaving her too weak to continue her music and film work. Cher eventually had to take nearly 2 years off to recover, stepping away from the spotlight at the height of her career. Cher later shared with USA Today just how severe her illness became. "I was sick for a long time. I went to Germany for medicine and treatment. They have things overseas we never dreamed existed. When I was first diagnosed in the late 80s, doctors told me I was crazy. I was constantly sick and almost died from pneumonia. You never lose it, and it really takes the life out of you." Her struggle was compounded by a dangerous bout of pneumonia, which she has discussed openly on social media. At one point, she mistook her symptoms for bronchitis, but her lungs were inflamed and filling with fluid, prompting urgent medical treatment. Pneumonia is a potentially life-threatening condition, especially when layered onto CFs and a weakened immune system. Despite these hardships, Cher remains alive, active, and working, continuing to make music, perform, and advocate for health awareness. Her endurance in the face of chronic illness stands as a powerful reminder of her strength both on and off the stage.